Welcome. It's your girl V from Drinking DTWV, and today you are here locked in at the best place to be, honey. On a Sunday, on a fun day, any day, have it your way, honey. Alright, today I am super excited. You know we have to start off fixing the hair, making sure no rebellious pieces in all over the place, killing the shot. But yeah, so I'm super excited. You want to know why? But that's my moment of gratitude. Anyways, I come on here a little too hype sometimes. I don't be fingering with this whole thing all the way, you know. But in any case, so I'm gonna share what's in my cup, tell you what the theme is, and then go on into things. Okay? No. First, I'm going to tell you what the theme is, then I'm going to share what's in my cup, then I'm going to get into the gratitude moment of today, and then get on with the team. Get on with the team. Y'all, you see the situation for this week? I like the whole matching lipstick with the nail situation. I don't know if I'm going to do it with blue, but or turquoise, but we're going to see. Your girl is playing out here in these streets. But anyways, let's get on with it. The theme of today is Vagina Vigilance. Yes, boo, today is not the time for you to have the show on loud if you have any kiddos. I would say under 16, no. At least above 15. I mean at least. Preferably above 18 and up for this convo, boo, cause it's a little bit controversial, it's a little bit spicy, so yeah, know what you're doing. So make sure you get your headphones, plug them in, and then we're gonna continue. Yeah, so I'm gonna give you the whole introductory stuff and give you some time to get situated before anything spicy comes along. But yes, the theme is Vagina Vigilance, so should be quite interesting, darling. Oh yes. Anyways, so what is in my cup today? I have a yummy chai. And yeah, I feel like for this spicy conversation, we need some more spice in our cups. So a chai is where it's at, boo. Chai is where it is at for the autumn coming in, the winter about to be ushered in as well. Get yourself a good chai. And so I'm testing out a couple of different ones, but if you like yours spicier, if you like yours with a little bit more pepper, because yeah, that's in there too. Anyways, get your life together. If you want your little bit of latte, milk in there, do the things. I'm just having a chai, straight up chai. So yeah. So good. Now on for my gratitude moment of this week. And I want you guys to also share your gratitude moments in the comments below, because it's a conversation that we're having, no? It's a conversation that we're having. I like the back and forth. You know, not every Sunday is gonna be live, but this way I could still be able to chat with you guys and see what's going on your side. You see what's going on my side. I want to also see what's going on your side. So yeah, leave your gratitude for the week in the comments below. And also subscribe, share it with a friend, share with all your homies, your I was gonna say something else, but let me stay quiet. But yeah, share it with everybody you love and care about. I mean, why not? I feel like birds of a feather flock together, and if you are here, you are fantabulous, boo. You eels fantabuloso. So if you fantabuloso, then you probably know somebody who's fantabulous as well. So yeah, this is the place for the fantabulous people. But yes, anyways, coming down to the gratitude for the week, my gratitude for the week. Honey, I'm excited because I've had another cycle around the sun. Yay! Happy birthday to me, hey, hey, hey. Happy birthday to me, hey, hey, hey. But anyways, so yes, that was so much fun. I had an amazing day. I didn't know exactly what it was gonna turn out to be, but I had so much fun. And I had good food, and of course, if you know me, you know how that cheesecake life be. Oh, child. I had a couple of slices, so I'm gonna have to do some extra workouts, but that's okay because I was going so good, and I'm like, child. Anyways, let's contribute that to some more protein as well. You know, your girl been working on the situations, legs, arms, everything. But anywho, that's another topic. Let's go on straight into the topic for this week, the vagina vigilance, boo. So this is a time where you see you had the time, my introduction, blah blah blah, my cup of tea, my chai that I'm having, gratitude moment, and now we're going to jump straight on into the thing, bro. So, oh boy, human. So headphones if you know. Uh-huh. So yes, vagina vigilance. In the theme of, it's breast cancer awareness month still in October, and I feel like, female health and well-being is supposed to be at the forefront. And with that, I feel like vagina vigilance is definitely one of those topics that I think like, yes, boo, yes. We need to talk about this a little bit more. You want to know why? Do you want to know why? Because guess what? The peace pot they be here looking forth, waging war, doing all kind of thing for the boom boom. Yes, but using it as a tool for all kind of different things. But let's go back to the vagina vigilance. I'm not gonna give answers. This whole episode is to make you think. I want you to be at least aware of and go and think for yourself, right? Where does this vagina vigilance come from? I mean, is it something that is just part of the patriarchy? Cause the patriarchy, I feel like that whole thing is built on insecure men, to be honest. Like seriously. If I say so myself, but who's me? Who's me? But this is just my opinion. Everybody has a belly button, and so everybody has opinions. I have mine. You can have yours. But yeah, that's in the whole realm of toxic masculinity oftentimes. Of course, if you have like a patriarchy and you want to pass on stuff, legacy, whatever, I feel like it could be a bit more balanced. That's just my take on it. But then also you have the factor of Christianity, right? Do I consider myself Christian? Yes. Do I consider myself religious? No. That's another question for another day. That's another question for another day. Or that's another topic for another day. No, I'm not religious. Yes, I consider myself to be Christian. I think the most important part is having a relationship with God. That is my stance on the whole situation. But yeah, even in different religions, I feel like there is vagina vigilance, like in all types of cultures, religions, everything. And so, I mean, if we look at the Muslims, for instance, they take care of they try to cover their beauty and blah 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 blah. But at the bottom of all of that, I feel like it's vagina vigilance. In another more, I won't say extreme, I want to say expressive manner of vagina vigilance. So yes, all of those things come forth in religion as well. So if we take a step back, and look at different cultures and so forth, and vagina vigilance, it all comes down to like, okay, part of it is sex. And to me, my abbreviation for sex is soul, which is mind, will, and emotion, entanglement, experience. And if we need to look at different cultures besides our Western or quote unquote Western culture, if we look at indigenous Americans, they have a totally different construct of gender, number one, and also of sexuality, number two. I think if you want to know some more, you'd have to do the research, but I think it's mind blowing. It's an interesting take on gender being, because with them you could be like born male but expressing male or female. You can be born female expressing male or expressing female, and then you have like the double spirits that usually are like shamans and spiritual guides and all that kind of stuff, because they encompass both. That is besides the sex in which they were born with. And that comes with vision, because they master both sides. They often come with vision and all of that. So that is definitely an interesting take on sexuality and vagina vigilance, because they have less, like way less of that. They actually encourage the boys and girls from a young age, let's say at beginning teenagers. I feel like if the research that I did was correct, they already encouraged like, go and have those experiences and blah 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 blah. But yeah, so I'm really curious as to what their thought process is behind it, how they view the sexual experience, all of that. You know, if y'all know any indigenous Americans, I would definitely like to have a sit and chat with you. So if you're looking, hey, holla at your girl. You know, with the digital world, we can always make do an online interview. But yes, I feel like in that culture, it is definitely way different. And so that comes down to the fact again is like, okay, so in the westernized world, this is a thing. We've already clearly stated like what the different aspects or factors in that is. And I must say I must say, nobody, as a young girl growing up, nobody told me that my vagina would be the topic of interest for my whole life. My whole life. From the time you're born, I don't remember if my parents did the whole gender check, or if I was like, oh my goodness, it's a girl at birth. But yes, that's one of the first things that they check. I mean, so with boys as well. Then after that is like, okay, as a girl, then you need to do this. As a girl, you can't do that. As a girl, you have to protect blah blah blah. As a girl, don't leave them touch hair. As a girl, da 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 da. So I feel like female borns are a lot more, they're a lot more vigilant on us. And then you grow up, and then you get, especially if you grow up in a Christian church, is like, don't have sex, it's all bad. And then they're like, oh yes, get married though, get married. And then you have to flip the script now. You have to flip the script and be a lady in the streets but a freak in the bed. This time you have to go through a whole mental thing now, like as in, yo, but this is bad. Why all of a sudden now I need to be a freak? You understand? So I can see, especially if you grew up staunch Christian. I mean, I've had the privilege of growing up around family members in which, like, it was taught, like, sex was talked about really, really freely. So for me, it's like, okay, so it's interesting to see, like, okay, what of this I need to take and what of that I need to take. And I feel like in the beginning, it was just like, just don't do it, don't ask no questions why, like, I'm like, no, but I need to know why. Okay, so if it feels good, so why can't I? But if this, then why? If this, then why? But of course, going deeper into research and blah 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 blah, it's a lot more of a lot more I could say information. Yes, a lot more information is shared in a sexual experience than what meets the eye. Of course, there's a physical aspect. There is um, definitely also a lot of DNA and information and bacteria, and all of those things are being exchanged in these acts. And so it makes it, yeah, it's next to a child being in a female's body, that is the most intertwined you're going to be to another person. The most binding experience you're gonna have with a person. So yeah, take it as lightly as you want to. Or not. I'm not here to judge anybody. This is my experience. This is not my experience. This is what I've gotten out of the research that I've done for myself, as into what all takes place. What is sex for? Is it just for pleasure? Is it for procreation? That is a whole nother debate, because it's like, okay, if it's not for pleasure, then why does the female clitoris, the woman's clitoris, have so many pleasure centers? Well, that is one pleasure center, but I mean nerve endings then, that are just meant for pleasure. Vagina vigilance again. This is where I feel like it all comes down to the patriarchy. Is like, nah boo, you can't be out here whiling in these streets. You can't be out here whiling in these streets. We insecure men, so we don't know if you enjoy another man if you're gonna come back to me. Yes, boo. Yes, boo. That's why they also have female circumcisions in Africa. That has been a thing, and look it up. They literally cut off a teenage girl's clitoris because it's like, no. I feel like in a sexual experience, if it's swollen, it's like a mini penis, we can't have that because we too insecure as men to have any competition in the sheets. And number two, no. It's like, me as a male, I am going to have fun. You as the woman, you don't get to have fun during sex. You're supposed to just lay there, take it. You just got to take it. And yeah, bear me babies, make me lots of them. So vagina vigilance, the stories, the examples just keep on coming, keep on coming. Well, yes, now it's like, okay, so where does this whole thing come from? If we need to start breaking it down, right? If we start off with the statement that you have pum pum power, okay, the vagina is the epicenter of the human being, okay, because from the vagina comes the birthed child. So women are the epicenters of procreation. And if we break down, or the portal actually, yeah, the portal of human race is definitely the portal of human race. I had this whole thing mapped out. I was like, oh, this, that, blah, 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 blah. And what is also interesting is the fact that you have the Eve gene, is like the gene of all genes that encompasses all genes, that is passed on through a woman. Also, the energy centers that a child gets, mitochondria, is from the mother, because when you have the egg, you have the sperm coming in, wants to penetrate the egg, the energy centers that it uses, the mitochondria that it uses to then get to the cell, all of that is left on the outside. So really, you have, in most cases, 99.999% of the time, it's solely the woman's mitochondria, the woman's energy centers are passed on to the next generation. So if you look at it that way, you can see it as in, okay, why is there vagina vigilance? Because it is the protection of a prized possession. I have an issue with, I mean, it's a lot of PPPs, so that makes sense for, you know, it sounds good. Protection of prized possession, but I would rather change it to, you know, protection of great value. You only protect, like if you had, let's say, mock jewelry, you're not going to protect it the same as if you had like a diamond earring or whatever. Prized possession or something of great value. So it could be the vagina vigilance probably comes through the fact that it's protection of something that is so precious. I understand that. It's protection of the portal of human beings. I get that. The fact that if a woman is stressed, that also changes and mutates certain genes that can be then passed on in a mutated form. So yes, y'all should, men, fellas, listen, treat your woman right. Okay, if you want your offspring, if you want your legacy to be as best as possible, also genetically, then yes, you gotta keep that woman first. Who that is? D'Angelo? I don't remember. Anyways, but yes, that is it. If you also look at women in general, where on a genetic level again, listen, Dylan, this is like interesting information, right? Yes, biology backgrounds brings all this, but my biology background, genetically, women have the most genes. XX chromosomes, we carry the most genes. Like men have less genes than we do. That was me just, if you're listening to the audio, this is me blinking at the camera like, child, yes. Sit with that. Sit with it for a minute. Sit with it for a minute. I'm not saying that we're superior, right? I'm not saying that we are the superior of the species, but we come with a lot of the most of everything. Look how I'm gonna start getting all these hate messages again and be like, oh V, y'all are such a man haters, blah blah blah. But no, I'm not saying that we're superior, but yes, we are both strong in different areas, and the genetic gene pool of the earth, boo boo, this is not a light matter. No, 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 no. And yes, I could do this French accent. It's not belligerating to anybody because yes, I am French as well. Leave me alone. So if I want to talk in my French accent, I could do it if I want to. Thank you. So yes, if we also look at the pom pom power, it is basically, it is the greatest expression of creativity. Listen, no, linda, listen, and lindo too. Rock with me, because I say, okay, it is the greatest expression of creativity. If we break down creativity, right, creativity comes from a creator, and the creator, the women, if the vagina is the epicenter of humankind, blah 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 blah, we are basically the closest to our godlike state, or the godlike state, as being magnificently creative. I mean, a whole other humankind or human being is a whole nother human being is actually being created within our bodies. That's not nothing, boo. That's not nothing. So yes, if we look at that, okay, that is point number one. Then we have also the aspect of, if we're the closest to being God-like, and God is love, then, I mean, if you believe that. But anyway, so we say God is love. So if God is love and we are the closest to that, we are also the greatest expression, human expression of love. That is why when they say feminine traits are being nurturing, loving, caring, you know, all of those things, then it makes sense, right? It makes sense. Rock with me. It makes sense. So in this whole creative aspect, I mean, of course you could have different creative I would say jobs, passions, talents, whatever it is in the creative form. But I find creating a human being, that's huge. That is ginormous. It is enormous. It is beyond everything that we could ever fathom. That is awesomeness. If I say so myself, at least that I may be biased. But yes, create a human. Hand me a human now. If you look at the creation of a human in your body versus the creation of a robot, so yes, again, coming back to the whole greatest expression of love. I mean, women being closest to the creator, godlike state, blah blah blah. Greatest expression of love, if God is love. The greatest expression of love is also in the shared body. I mean, as a woman, we go through a lot. We go through periods, we go through this, we go through that, menopause, a whole bunch of, oh yes, don't forget all of those vaginal checks. Thank you. I'm glad they have the self-tests now that you could just send to a lab instead of going by the doctor's office and they go like, and then go with a swab, and then it's but we can come to the healthcare aspect just now too. So yes, as women, we give up or share our bodies with another human being for their formation, for their health, their well-being, their safety, until they have developed enough to be a part of our ecosystem on their own, to be able to manage this on their own. So I think, yeah, if you look at women, they are the procreation hub. How cool is that? And again, the whole nurturing aspect. Women nurture physically, emotionally, sexually, all the lees. Women are just, can we give a round of applause of how awesome women are? Can we do that? Can listen, I need some hand claps down in the comments below, like, yes, boo, yes. We celebrating women, all the things. So that's why I feel like men want to do this whole vagina vigilance, because they always want to be up in that hot pocket, boo. Oh yes. I wish I was talking to like a couple of people and I was like, this is always my fascination with being and experiencing the whole female body, like from an external point of view. Like, I wish I had a penis, like I could have switched bodies for a day and I would have the penis and be like, ooh, let me experience what all of this is about, you know? But that's anyway, that's a whole nother story. But yes, my mind travels very far and I think very deeply, and so that is one of those experiences I would never have as a woman, to know like what is that men crave the whole time. I mean, I have an idea, because I have an idea, but I'm not gonna ever experience the gloriousness thereof in that sense. So I mean, as in having a penis and the whole senses and the, anyways. So what are your thoughts? I mean, I am here divulging and breaking down different things of like vagina vigilance, and I can see how that is definitely something, you know, people see vagina as something that they want to protect because it's that precious. It's the procreation hub. It's a godlike aspect of expression. So, hey, let me know what your thoughts are. Are you still rocking with me? Are you still following? It's not gonna be too much longer. But yes, I feel like if we're gonna take another look at this, right? In healthcare, yeah, we're gonna go back down that road. It is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, October, so of course I'm gonna come to it from another angle again. Healthcare being the main one, and so if we have to take a closer look, again, take a closer look at healthcare and women's sexuality in this aspect, with women's vaginas, most pressure is being put on women in that area, especially where sexuality is concerned. Because if you look at the whole aspect of planned procreation, women have a whole list of anticonceptives. Is it empowerment or is it a sex bias? Tell me what you think. Do you think the whole list of anticonceptives that women have, is it actually women empowerment, or is it a sex bias? Because let's look at the whole planned procreation. If we look at the list of women's anticonceptives, we have the pill. Yeah, 10,000 pills. I tried it. If I, from my own experience, I haven't gone through enough to find one that doesn't have adverse effects on my body. So your girl don't know. But it was not cute. It was not cute. TMI? Is it TMI? No, I feel like we should be able to normalize talking about these kind of things. So the pill, having hormones being pumped in our bodies to change our cycle, or give us a fake notion of being pregnant while we're not actually pregnant, which can then also have a ton load of other effects on the body, which can also be very much cancer inducing. Okay, so again, in the area of sexuality, it's like, oh, you want to have freedom? Okay, you don't always want to have children? Well, guess what? We're not gonna put the pressure on the male's body, but since y'all want to do this, then guess what? The female in the equation is gonna have to go through this whole, I don't know, I'm looking for the right word, but yes, go through the pressures of having that opportunity. So you have the pill, hormones again. So then you have diaphragms. You have the copper version. You have the hormone versions. You have implants, which are hormones being released again. Then you have female condoms. You have the cap, which is different from a female condom. You have the cap that is being, put around the cervix. Then you still have to use spermicide with that too for it to work optimally. Then you have a hormone patch on your skin. Then you have a hormone injection in your body as a woman. Then it's like, come on. It's like all of this is just purely being done on the woman's body. And now let's look at the men. The men have, number one, a condom. Number two, their tubes being tied. And if we, oh yes, I didn't mention that, the tubes being tied for women as well. If we need to look at that, even the process of getting tubes tied for women is way more invasive. It's a lot more healing time because it's that invasive. It takes a lot more time, while men just go in literally snip snip, and within a half an hour the whole procedure is done, including like anesthesia, everything. And it's also not painful. So then again, I'm asking you to think, question the status quo. Question the status quo for me, please. Okay? To why the fact is that if there is anything where planned procreation is concerned, why is it all being stressed on the women's bodies with so many adverse effects? Why? So all this time y'all want to tell me as scientists all we could do is, you know, attack the female. Okay, let me not say so. Focus on the female body, focus on the woman's body. Is that all we could really do to make it work? No, because now if it goes to men, then it's like, oh no, don't touch the family jewels, don't mess with the mojo. You know what I mean? Or for the women, y'all want to be messing with our mojos. And then again, you're gonna get the whole thing like, oh yes, with all of the side effects and the mood swings and the this, that, and the blah, blah, blah. And then it's like, okay, so now you want to have planned procreation, but now you have all of these side effects to deal with. Are you actually gonna want to have sex with your partner? Sometimes, depending on the side effects, you probably don't. Then the man is gonna be like, oh yeah, you know, I understand. No, they don't. So then it's gonna be like, oh yeah, why not let's have this whole thing be a whole big party. I can have more partners. When you're on your downtime, I'm gonna tap into over here. When you're on your downtime, I'm gonna tap in over there. It's like, why do we not have more care for women in this whole aspect of life? Right, so if you want to have a book, I would say get the book She Comes First. Good read. Can't remember who the author is right now, but I think it's She Comes First. I think so. If not, I'll leave it in the comment box below. I think we should start questioning the status quo again, like I said before. And so that is it for today. I'm gonna just leave you guys with this information, and it's a matter of sparking conversation. It's a matter of questioning the status quo. It's a matter of looking at things with a different perspective. Are we doing the best that we can do for both sides, for men and for women? Are we looking at this with all the vagina vigilance that it has, that we have going on? Are we really looking at women as the epicenter of humankind with all the stresses that we put on females' bodies, on women's bodies? I question that. And I hope you can start to question it too. But y'all, this is it for the week. If you have any comments, if you have any ideas, if you have any arguments for or against, feel free to share it with your girl. Make sure that you share it with your friends. Ask them what they think about the whole dynamics where sexuality is concerned, vagina vigilance, healthcare, the whole shebang. Let me know. Let's have a conversation back and forth in the comments, okay? I just want to tell you to be fabulous and stay fit as always, because you know we got to keep it tight and right. Okay? Have a fantabulous week, y'all. Love ya. Mwah. Bye. Deuces.